Football fans, get ready for a clash of titans. The Dallas Cowboys are squaring off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 4. And it's shaping up to be the game of the season. Will Micah Parsons continue his reign of terror? Can the Steelers' defense withstand the Cowboys' high-powered offense? And what about the surprise factor Markquese potential return? Stick around as we break down this epic showdown, predict the outcome, and reveal the X factors that could turn the tide. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Hey there, football fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most anticipated matchups of NFL Week 4, the Dallas Cowboys versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. This game has all the makings of an instant classic, so buckle up as we break down everything you need to know. The stage is set. First, let's set the stage. We've got two of the NFL's most storied franchises going head-to-head. The Cowboys, America's team, coming off a roller coaster start to the season, and the Steelers, looking to prove they're still a force to be reckoned with in the AFC North. This game is more than just a regular season matchup. It's a clash of cultures, styles, and generations. The high-flying offense of Dallas against the gritty defense of Pittsburgh. It's old school versus new school, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Recent form. Let's take a quick look at how these teams have been performing lately. The Cowboys have had an up-and-down start to the season. They opened with a statement win against the Giants, but then stumbled in Week 2 against the Jets. Last week they bounced back with a convincing victory over the Cardinals. Their offense has shown flashes of brilliance, but consistency has been an issue. On the other side, the Steelers have been grinding out results. They've relied heavily on their defense, which has kept them in games even when the offense has sputtered. They're coming off a tough loss to the Raiders, and you can bet they'll be eager to right the ship this week. Key matchups. Now, let's break down some of the key matchups that could decide this game. Micah Parsons vs. Steelers O-line. First and foremost, we have to talk about Micah Parsons. The Cowboys' defensive superstar has been nothing short of phenomenal this season. He's a one-man wrecking crew, equally adept at rushing the passer and dropping into coverage. The Steelers' offensive line will have their hands full trying to contain Parsons. They've struggled in pass protection so far this season, and if they can't find a way to slow down Parsons, it could be a long day for Kenny Pickett. Keep an eye on how the Steelers try to scheme around Parsons. Will they use chip blocks, quick passes, maybe even design some plays to run at him? Their ability to neutralize Parsons could be the difference between victory and defeat. CeeDee Lamb vs. Steelers secondary. On the offensive side of the ball for Dallas, CeeDee Lamb has emerged as Dak Prescott's go-to target. Lamb's route running ability and sure hands make him a threat on every play. The Steelers secondary, led by Micah Fitzpatrick, will need to be at their best to contain Lamb. Will they try to shadow him with their top corner? Or will they opt for more zone coverage to try and confuse Prescott? This chess match between Lamb and the Steelers secondary could be fascinating to watch unfold. Najee Harris vs. Cowboys run defense. For the Steelers to have success, they'll need to establish the run game with Najee Harris. Harris has had a slow start to the season, but he's the type of back who can take over a game if he gets going. The Cowboys' run defense has been solid but not spectacular so far this season. They'll need to be disciplined in their gap assignments and tackle well to keep Harris in check. If Harris can find some running room, it'll open up the play-action game for Pickett and give the Steelers' offense the balance it desperately needs. Injury report. Now, let's take a look at some key injuries that could impact this game. For the Cowboys, the big news is the potential return of Markquese. The young safety has been sidelined with a calf injury, but he's been making progress in practice. If he's able to go, it'll be a big boost to the Cowboys' secondary. On the offensive side, there's some concern about Brandon Cooks. He's been limited in practice with a knee issue. His status will be one to watch as we get closer to game day. For the Steelers, they're dealing with some injuries on the defensive line. Cameron Hayward is still out with a groin injury, which is a significant blow to their run defense. They're also monitoring the status of T.J. Watt, who's been dealing with a finger injury. Watt has been playing through it, but it's clearly affecting his ability to wrap up and make tackles. As always, be sure to check the final injury reports before kickoff, as these situations can change quickly. Tactical breakdown. Let's dive a bit deeper into the X's and O's of this matchup. For the Cowboys, I expect them to try and establish the run early with Tony Pollard. The Steelers' run defense has been vulnerable, especially with Hayward out. If Dallas can get the ground game going, it'll open up play-action opportunities for Prescott. When they do pass, look for them to try and create mismatches with their versatile tight ends. Dalton Schultz, in particular, could be in for a big day if the Steelers focus too much on stopping the outside receivers. Defensively, the Cowboys will likely try to pressure Pickett early and often. With their potent pass rush, they can afford to play man coverage on the outside and dare the Steelers to beat them deep. For Pittsburgh, the key will be protecting Pickett and giving him time to throw. I expect them to use a lot of max protection schemes, keeping extra blockers in to deal with the Cowboys' pass rush. When they do throw, look for them to target the middle of the field. The Cowboys' linebackers can be exploited in coverage, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of crossing routes and seam passes to the tight ends. Defensively, the Steelers need to find a way to generate pressure without blitzing too much. If they can disrupt Prescott's timing with just their front four, it'll allow them to drop more defenders into coverage and limit the big play potential of the Cowboys' offense. X factors. Every big game has its X factors, those players who might not be in the spotlight but could end up making the decisive play. Here are a couple to watch out for. For the Cowboys, keep an eye on Tony Pollard. With all the attention on the passing game, Pollard could find some room to run. His explosiveness makes him a threat to break a long one every time he touches the ball. For the Steelers, I'm looking at Pat Freiermuth. The tight end could be a key safety valve for Pickett against the Cowboys' pass rush. If he can find soft spots in the zone and move the chains, it could be the difference maker for the Steelers' offense. Prediction time. All right, folks, it's time to put my neck on the line and make a prediction. This game is going to be closer than many people think. The Steelers' defense is legit, and they have a knack for keeping games tight. However, I just think the Cowboys have too many weapons on offense. I'm predicting a hard-fought battle, with the Cowboys pulling away late. Let me know in the comments below who you've got winning this one and why. This game has all the ingredients to be an instant classic. Two storied franchises, star players on both sides, and playoff implications even this early in the season. Remember to check back here after the game for my full breakdown and analysis. And if you enjoyed this preview, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any of our NFL content. Until next time, enjoy the game, everyone.